Hi, my name is Rania and I'm a student at the School of Humanity. So, have you ever noticed that the people who actually go on to do great things aren't the one who are sitting around in a television merely dreaming about the change that they wish to have? Rather, they're using their determination, their persistence, and daring to dream, daring to do as well. This bias towards action, or what we call motivation, is our most valuable thing. And so today we're going to be doing a deep dive onto this. For one, there are many types of motivation depending on the source. So there's a little something we call push motivation when it's an internal thing and probably more biological, and pull motivation when it's more external. For instance, think about someone telling you that you'll get free ice cream if you win the match this Sunday. This motivation is driven by incentives and rewards, or in our case, ice cream. Now, do you ever notice that you have short bursts of these motivational periods? These are called drives, and it can almost feel out of balance when you're so focused at a specific goal. This increased arousal and motivation to reach a particular goal can come of two types, primary and secondary. Primary deals with physiological needs, whereas secondary deals with psychological needs. And the drive theory of motivation, yes, there is a theory about that, tells us that our physiological needs originate in our body, and as our systems attempt to maintain health, it registers as a psychological drive in our body. So, yes, these needs can become a psychological motive when the drive to satisfy it interferes with our normal functioning. But one question is raised. What can be the main driver of motivation, however? That's right, goals. Goals direct our behavior, moves, and ideas, and we can think of them as little reserves of internal motives. These form mental constructs, and they are generated by the difference in where we are and where we want to be. For instance, you may be at a specific site in life right now, and you may have this idealized version of yourself that you strive to become. So, the gap between these two versions of yourself is what generates goals. Now, you want to have smarter, specific, and challenging goals because then you will focus your attention better and draw energy from it. Having proper goals also contributes a lot to better and enhanced performance, although this can vary depending on a lot of things like your access to resources and so on. But one thing's for sure, we expect enhanced performance and change. But unfortunately, change isn't a linear process because of how difficult it is to find the motivation to engage in activities that are not really motivating. Because a lot of times, change requires self-control to abstain from enjoyable behaviors that aren't relevant to our goals. And so, we talked a little bit about general motivation in relation to change. Now let's zoom out a bit to 1971. So, in 1971, a man named Abraham Maslow created his famous hierarchy of needs, suggesting that after our physiological needs are met, we develop these meta needs that reflect our higher values, like the need for spiritual fulfillment. Now, he noticed over his course of life that a lot of people are frightened of having a mission in life because then that implies that we must lay aside the excuses for not living up to our potential, creating a resistance to a call of greatness. That is, Maslow even coined a term for this, mock humility. Now let's move on to a topic closely related to motivation, emotion. Emotions are considered motivational states because they can contribute to generation of drives. And together, these are an unstoppable dynamic duo. The physical effect we get from this effect motivate and guide us from decision making to mental and physical health. Now, are we all predisposed to be motivated in different ways, and can these emotions actually influence that? The answer is a big yes. We are motivated to do different things based on our personality traits, and we act as our most dominant trait implies. We have different goals, incentives, and activities, and will choose to be in different situations. The cybernetic big five theory linked personality traits with the type of goals we choose, showing that specific goals would motivate personality state behaviors effective for achieving so. For instance, extroverts are more aroused at the pursuit of rewards and recognition, and the channeling And there is other hypotheses as well. The channeling and selection hypothesis examine different situations and behaviors that were likely based on their personality trait. And so this is how personality relates to motivation. This means that we can use this to our advantage and channel this energy to create and optimize for motivation. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this small little audio recording about emotions and motivations, and I sincerely hope that you learned something new. Thank you.